Hello everyone, welcome back to the map of mathematics. In this video we are going to solve this nice algebra problem, and here we have m cubed minus n cubed equals to 91, and we will solve this problem for the values of m and n. So here I can solve this problem in very unique method. So here the very first thing we are going to do is, here first we use the cubic formula here, and you will write this output of this expression as m minus n times of m squared plus mn plus n squared, and this whole equation equals to 91. So here we have, if you focus on the left hand side, you have two factors. These are multiplied by each other. So now we can find the two factors on the right hand side, and then we compare both of the sides. So here first I can find the possibilities in which we will get the product of two factors equals to 91. So that these possibilities are, if you write 1 times of 91, it is equals to 91, and when you multiply minus 1 times of minus 91, it will be again equals to 91, and when you multiply 7 times of 13, it is equals to 91, and minus 7 times of minus 13, it is equals to plus 91. So we have these four possibilities, and now we will check that in these four possibilities, which four possibilities are satisfied to the given condition. So here you remember one thing is that this m square is positive, and this n square is also positive. And the product of m and n, and if you this square, when you add m times of n in m square plus n square, so this will be always get the positive answer. And in the right hand side you see that we have the product of two numbers is positive 91, so it should must be n minus 1 is positive number. So here we need two positive numbers whose product is 91, but here you see that we have this is the negative number, so so this case is not possible, or then we will reject it, and this is also negative, so this case is also rejected. And here we have two possibilities, 1 and 91 and 7 and 13. And now again you see here the relation between m minus n and m square plus mn plus n square is that our m minus n is always less than m squared plus mn plus n squared. But here you see that 1 is less than 91, and our 7 is also less than 13. So it means that we have these two possible cases. So now we can compare our left hand side on these two cases, or these two possibilities, and we will get here the two cases. So here I can write case number 1, and here you have case number 2. So if you see that in case number 1 we have m minus n equals to 1, and our other value, which is m squared plus m times of n plus n squared equals to 91. So here you have the first case, this is. And now in the second case we will assume that m minus n equals to, here you have 7, and m squared plus m times of n plus n squared equals to 13. So that here we have two cases now, and we will solve these two cases and we find the values of m and n. So now first I can discuss here case number 1. So in case number 1, first I can write here m equals to, we move this minus n in the right hand side, and you have m equals to 1 plus n. So now we can put 1 plus n in the above expression, or on the other equation, so this equation, and here it is equals to 1 plus n whole squared, plus here you have m times of n, so our m is 1 plus n and n is n, so here you have n squared equals to 91. So now we can open the square of this term and you get here 1 squared plus n squared plus 2 times of n, and we multiply this n on both of the terms and you get n plus n squared, and here you have n squared equals to 91. And now we can add the like terms and you have n squared plus n squared plus n squared equals to 3 times of n squared, and 2n plus n equals to 3 times of n. And when we move this 91 in the left hand side, then you get 1 minus 91 equals to minus 90, and this whole equals to 0. So now you see that we have 3 with a common term, so that we will divide each term by 3 on both of the sides. After divide by 3, you see here this 3 and 3 are gone, and here you get n squared, plus here this 3 and 3 are gone and you get n, and you see that this 3 times of 3 is 90, and you obtain here minus 30, and this whole equals to 0. So now we will make the factors of this equation. So now you will easily find the factors of this equation, and you see that we have n squared plus 5n, and we write it as 6 times of n minus 5 times of n minus 30 equals to 0. And when we subtract or when we make simplification on this expression, then you take common n on the first two terms and you get here n plus 6, and here you take common minus 5 and you get here n plus 6 equals to 0. So here you have two factors. The first is n plus 6 and the other factor is n minus 5 equals to 0. So that here we have two cases. The first case is you get the value of n is minus 6, and in second case you get the value of n is 5. But here you see that we will take here our m equals to 1 plus n. So now I can write here our m equals to 1 plus n. So now we can put both of these values of n in this case and you get the value of m. So when you put minus 6, n equals to minus 6, then you get m equals to minus 5, and when you put here n equals to 5, then you get here m equals to positive 6. So in the first case you will get the two values of m and n. So the first is we have minus 5 and minus 6, and the second values of m and n are 6 and 5. And now we move towards our case number 2. So here I can first write our case number 2. So you see that we have, this is the case number 2, m minus n equals to 7. I can write here m minus n equals to 7, and m squared plus m times of n plus n squared equals to 30. So now we can solve this case and we get the values of m and n. So here in the first case you will first move this n in the right hand side and you get the value of m, and it is 7 plus n. And now we put the value of m in this case and you obtain, here you have m squared, so our m is 7 plus n squared plus 7 plus n times of n plus n squared equals to 13. And now we will easily simplify this expression, and now first I can open this square and you get here 49 plus n squared plus 14 times of n, and we multiply this n on both of the terms and you get 7 times of n plus n squared plus this n squared, and this whole equals to 13. And now we will add the like terms, and you have n squared plus n squared, and you get here 3 times of n squared, and 14n plus 7n equals to 21n, and 49, we move this 13 in the left hand side, so 49 minus 13 equals to plus 36, and this whole equals to 0. And now here you see that we have 3 be the common term, so we divide each of the expression by 3 on both of the sides. So here you obtain n squared plus 7n plus 12 equals to 0. And now we will easily make the factors of this equation. So here you have n squared plus we write the 7n as 3 times of n plus 4 times of n, and this is 12 and this whole equals to 0. So here we take common n on the first two terms and you get n plus 3, and here you take common 4 and you get n plus 3 equals to 0. So that here we have two cases. So our first case is we have n plus 3 equals to 0, and the second case is we have n plus 4 equals to 0. So in the first case you get the value of n is minus 3, and in the second case you get the value of n is minus 4. And now we will back substitute the value of n on this expression. So here you see that we have m equals to 7 plus n, and now we can put the value of n on this expression. So here we have m equals to 7 plus n. So when you put here over n equals to minus 3 here, then you get m equals to 4, and when you put n equals to minus 4 here, then you get m equals to 3. So here we have two values of m and n are, so the value of m is 4 and minus 3, and in this case you will get the values of m and n are 3 and minus 4. So these are the other two values of m and n, and here we have these two values of m and n. So we have total 4 values of m and n, and this is the our final answer of this problem. And thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos.